On May 16, 1983, the Special Action Force was activated by then Philippine Constabulary Chief General Fidel Valdez Ramos as the Philippine Constabulary Special Action Force. It began as a battalion-sized elite combat unit with the primary role of combating socio-political and economic unrest of the 80s, brought about by the secessionist movements, insurgency, and drug menace that undermined the economy of the country at that time. The first officers of SAF were volunteers from the different PC units who underwent rigid training here and abroad to enhance their skills to suit their primary role of combating insurgency in the 1980s. In 1991, SAF was absorbed by the Philippine National Police by virtue of Republic Act 6975, hence its present name, Philippine National Police Special Action Force. The name Special Action Force, also known as Tagaligtas or Savior, represents the unit's commitment to serve and protect the public. The magnificent wings and the pristine blue sea, superimposed with a sniper scope crosshair, symbolize the unit's capability to operate by land, by water, and by air. The dominant red colors are a reminder of SAF's glorious traditions of sacrifice for God, country, and people. As an elite unit, Special Action Force conducts operations as a rapid deployment force anywhere in the country, specifically in situations with national and international implications in the areas of counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, hostage rescue, search and rescue, civil disturbance management, and other special operations. SAF, despite being a tactical unit, value the significance of police community relations programs in the accomplishment of its mission. SAF has an excellent stakeholder partnership. Thus, it continuously work and function with the active partnership of the community, living up to its virtues, makadiyos, makabayan, makatao, at makakalikasan. SAF is not only a combat unit. Its mandate extends to securing vital installations and personalities, high-risk individuals, and other very important personalities in the country, considering its wide expertise in the field of protective security. In the course of its rich history, SAF has made its presence felt in some of the defining moments in the country in the last 35 years. In the 1986 EDSA People Power Revolution, the unit was one of the first to heed the call of duty. The valuable support it provided in securing Camp Brigadier General Rafael Crame, where General Fidel Ramos was located, against loyalist forces helped ensure the success of the revolution. From 1987 to 1989, SAF was the primary counter-coup force of the Philippine Constabulary against anti-government forces and the military adventurists who attempted to topple the Aquino government. This also includes the Oakwood Mutiny against the Arroyo administration in 2003. On March 15, 2005, SAF troopers rescued the hostages held by Abu Sayyaf inmates inside the Metro Manila Rehabilitation Center of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology in Camp Bagong Diwa, known as the Bicutan Siege. On November 29, 2007, SAF was the main tactical force in the assault of the Manila Peninsula Hotel, which led to the arrest of key personalities who used the establishment as a base of operations in an attempt to topple the government. Through the years, SAF has proven its capability and versatility on national, and international emergencies. In September 2013, SAF was the first unit to respond and repelled the MNLF Miswari group from taking the whole city of Zamboanga. For 3 weeks, SAF troopers were instrumental in the arrest and neutralization of the MNLF members, capture of their firearms, and safe rescue of dozens of hostages during the Zamboanga siege. SAF troopers, laying their very lives for peace, were also responsible in the subsequent clearing operations, which ensured the safe return of the affected citizens to their homes. At the onslaught of Super Typhoon Yolanda, again, SAF was the first unit to respond and established law and order in the devastated Tacloban city. Disciplined and community-oriented personnel were deployed to help in the search and recovery actions of the government. Serving the people to the fullest and ready to sacrifice are the jargons of SAF troopers. On January 25, 2015, one of the most unforgettable dates in the history of peace and order in the country, the Operational Plan Exodus is the best demonstration of how SAF troopers sacrificed their lives to achieve long-lasting peace in Mindanao. SAF eventually neutralized Zulkifli bin Hir, also known as Marwan, an international terrorist involved in numerous bombings here and abroad. On May 23, 2017, the ISIS-Daesh-inspired Maute and Abu Sayyaf group seized Marawi City for 5 long months. SAF was again one of the core units to react immediately and helped in the liberation of the city from May 23 to October 23, 2017. SAF, as a tactical unit, played vital roles during national events in the country. SAF acted as the Critical Incident Response Force during the visit of Pope Francis from January 15 to 19 and the 46th APEC Summit, both in 2015, and the conduct of Miss Universe pageant and the ASEAN Summit, both in 2017. Aside from these aforementioned events, SAF is also involved in other law enforcement operations, particularly in the campaign against loose firearms all over the country. On July 20, 2016, SAF was deployed to assist and support the Bureau of Correction personnel to stop the proliferation of illegal activities in the maximum security camp and Building 14 of the new Bilibid prison in Muntinlupa City. At present, SAF included the medium security camp due to issues on the proliferation of illegal drugs and other activities inside the penitentiary. We envisioned SAF that by 2020, with the aid of the Almighty, we shall be highly capable, effective, and credible tactical unit of the country. At present, SAF continuously enhances its capability to match up with the present situations due to the high degree of trust and confidence the community accord to the unit. SAF is always called to respond anytime in any given situation. Aside from its capability enhancement, the ongoing PO1 recruitment program aimed to create additional 5 SAF battalions based on the Presidential Directive Number 2017-0316-0317 dated July 24, 2017, directing the Department of the Interior and Local Government and the Philippine National Police to recruit additional SAF personnel to defend the country against future internal and external threats and build credible armed and police forces. The men and women of Special Action Force shall continue to perform its mandated tasks beyond expectations for love of God, country, and people. living up to its motto, by skill and virtue, we triumph.
Our mission first and foremost is to maintain the readiness of our unit in the event that we are killed.
The Philippine National Police designates SAF with missions to develop, organize, and train organic personnel in the furtherance of the assigned mission. As the Special Action Force adapts to the changes that are needed by the prevailing times, so does the SAF Commando Corps. Updates and adjustments are constantly introduced in the proper training of the SAF trooper to become an even more potent force to reckon with in the government's consistent and forceful counter-terrorism and anti-insurgency campaigns. The Commando Corps was first called the SAF Ranger Corps, then SAF Operation Corps, when the training was conducted for classes 1 through 9 until 1995, when it became known as the SAF Commando. Throughout the years, the scope of training of the Commando Corps has also evolved to include subjects that were not previously taught but are now deemed important in pursuit of excellence. The close quarter battle and intelligence phases were taught as an orientation module which will only be taught in full once a trooper undergo a separate specialization course, which is the Urban Counter-Revolutionary Warfare Course. The present Commando training program now includes internal security operations, waterborne rescue, police intervention, operational testing, and field training exercise to be taken up in the 4 months of training, 1 month of combat maneuver prior to the test mission that will be held for 1 month. The course was designed to give the troopers combat capability in both rural and urban areas in response to calls for help in time of emergencies and crisis.
Now I live lean and I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killing machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and my last breath leaves. Chin in the air with a head held high, I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country I'll enjoy life. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is
The SAF trooper is expected to be at the forefront of danger at times that are not in their own choosing and in places they are not familiar.
I can hear destiny calling, calling out my name. Failure and dreams both offering, but both offering change. Surrender offers rest, but I die for peace. Don't need your protection, don't need no shield. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. The winds of life are blowing. It brings doubt like rain, but I would roar like thunder, and I would storm like hail. Arise and fall, both beckoning, both offer change. But I need a bolt of lightning and embrace the pain. Embrace the pain. Embrace the pain. Now watch me bleed. Now watch
option. I will not just survive. Freedom is near, I choose to thrive. I will live full force, never on my knees. I will smash the door if I can't find the keys. I will not back down, I will not yield. Just like William Wallace, I need no shield. I am different, I am not the same. 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 I'm different, I am not the same. I am not the same. I am not the same. I am not the surrender offers rest, but I die for peace. William Wallace don't need no shield. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. Now watch me bleed. The winds of life are blowing. It brings doubt like rain. But I would roar like thunder, and I would storm like hail, rising for both beckoning, both offer chance, but I don't hold.
Stood beside his daddy and watched the soldiers marching by. It was Veterans Day and he wondered why there were tears in Daddy's eyes. Later they laid flowers beside a monumental stone. He said, "Son, my daddy went to fight, didn't make it home. Fallen, not forgotten. He was a hero. He stood so tall, and forever we will remember with honor and glory. He gave his all." Towns where they were born, for the rice paddies of Vietnam and the sands of Desert Storm. They were soldiers in Korea, in World War I and World War II. They paid the price, some gave their lives, and they fought for me and you. Not forgotten. They were the heroes who stood so tall, and forever we will remember with honor and glory. They gave their all. A blessing, but freedom has a price. We must remember those who paid it with their